Hola, everyone. I hope you are all well. My name is Elliot, and I am the one in charge tonight of this final show of our Super Sunday, it feels like, of ESC Fan TV National Final Reviews on the road to Basel. Yep, if you've been with us for the whole time so far, thank you very much. This is the first time that I've been here. I am not sorry. It's only time I could do. My bad. But let's not waste any time. Let's crack on. We're here to talk about Spain. Benidormfest finished last night. It is the first of our automatic qualifiers that will be competing, decided. And let's go say hello to our panelists. To my left, we have the one who's going to be looking after the buttons for me this evening because I can't be trusted. We've seen this in the past. Tom, how are you?
Hey, Elliot. We're not saying you can't be trusted, Elliot. We're just saying that maybe we just. Okay, fair enough. You and buttons, I'm just saying. But no, great to be here. Yes, it's hour 3 of 3 for me. Come on, let's power through.
Yeah, you're not saying I can't be trusted. I'm saying I can't be trusted. I hold my hands up myself. To my right, and I think it's finishing her third hour as well. Alina, how are you?
I'm good, but the question is, who was in charge to making you hosts? Like, is this gonna be the down road?
The one I'm going to go to next. Michelle, how are you? And thank you, I think, for putting me in charge.
I don't care who was in charge as long as it wasn't me.
I think you'll do a fantastic job, Elliot.
Yeah, you've seen the other 2 hours. There's a standard.
Plus, hang on, I hosted the other hour.
And I did as well. Plus,
I don't care about your hour. You can forget that. I'm just saying.
I'm not allowed to press any buttons.
And to my boss on right, we have Brendan. Hello, Brendan. How are you this evening?
I'll do unmute. Hi, Elliot. Nice to see you again. Yeah, looking forward to this one. Yeah, maybe a bit more excited about this one than the Belgians.
Careful, you've got a Belgian directly above you. I would just be careful.
And
last but not least, we have Mick. How are you, Mick?
Now,
Elliot, everyone. I'm not on mute, but I think I'm an hour behind.
We'll make it work.
There's Central European time, there's Greenwich Mean Time, and there's Mick time.
Moving on, I can see some of you in the chat room. Thank you so much. Your comments will be put up on the screen and we'll address them as and when we go through the show. But as I said, Benidorm finished last night. Was a great show. I think they definitely want to host, going from the production they put in for this week. The stage to me reminded me of Tel Aviv. Great show, campus tits as always. But let's not waste any time. Let's go with the first 4 finalists of the evening, which were Daniela, Couve, Malot, and Leshitsa. And let's have a little recap of those 4 entries now, Tom, if you don't mind. The favourites with the bookmakers and the fans going into Benidormfest?
I didn't mind it. It was very clever staging. But yeah, it was very shouty, very screechy. Again, the same as Michelle pointed out, and I appreciate it was very cultural appropriate for a Spanish type song. I've used something similar historically, but it's not Eurovision. It doesn't fit. unfortunately. But otherwise, it was all right. As I said, a lot of gusto. She was very, very, very enthusiastic. So it wasn't terrible. My favourite of the lot was Raggio di Sole as well. I thought it was very different. It drew me in. It was kind of catchy, a very good beat. But the Blue Stripe, that was very much... It just felt more like a Moldovan funny thing to me. Maybe they were trying to catch on to a little trick. Daniela, I thought it was a really great performance and great beat, but it was very hard to follow. There was no cohesion in my mind with the song. It just got lost halfway through and then caught back up and lost itself again towards the end. And then the second song, again, I think it was a really strong beat, but it was just too simple. But she's quite clearly a born performer, so generally very, very good.
Okay, thank you, Brendan. What I'm getting from this is like if we were on the jury, Mal probably wouldn't have come last, is what I'm assuming. And that's why we don't get invited to these things, I think. One year we'll be invited to one, and it'll probably be something like Estonia where they embrace the crazy. Anyway, see, Michelle's sorted. Mick, let's come across to you. What were your favourites from these first four? Did you have any standouts? And could you have seen one of these actually going to Basel?
Now.
Yeah, well, I'm a great fan of fado and flamenco. So to my ears, La Chispa is just art. I just loved it. And of course, the Spanish love a banger, but they also love something that reflects, their culture. Unfortunately, when they send it to Eurovision, it seems to fall flat with the rest of Europe. So I think I'm in the minority. But like everybody else, Italian at a Spanish final, loved it. Yeah. I loved the Star Wars vibes. I loved his enthusiasm. And of course, Italian is rapidly becoming my favorite Eurovision language. So, he could do no wrong for me. But the two bangers at the beginning, they got the show going, got the crowd going. We enjoyed it at Eurovision last night.
Wonderful, thank you. They'll be played at many a Euro Club event throughout the season, and I will not hit any of them sober, I imagine. And I don't really drink much, but So that was the first four. Let's speed on to song the second lot of four. My brain is gone, can you tell? And that is Melomana, Jacobello, Lucas Bunn, and Melody, who rounded out the final.
Lo tengo, bebé, lo conquisté. Esto es mi arte, vengo de la calle. Nadie que me calle, no una que me. Yo estaba perdida. I'm a queen.
Yo sintiera junto a mí tu piel de seda, sería un milagro. Lloro y te extraño.
Es la madre que madruga, es la artista sin cartel, con dinero sin fortuna. Ellas son divas también. Si ella es libre cantando como un pez en el mar. Una diva es valiente, su vida es un jardín lleno de espinas y rosas. Es lo que bailando, más fuerte que un huracán. Esa diva soy yo.
Well, that was a bit of a whirlwind, wasn't it? I'm not just talking about Melody's hair. So there are the final four. We will put pause on song 8 for obvious reasons. I'll come back to that in a moment. But regarding the other 3, who do I go to first? Alina. We love at ESC time. I can't even speak. On this show, we love a attractive male who can sing. And so did the Spanish jury, because he won the jury, Jacobello, but came third in the televote. Why? Because the jury said they should go to Eurovision.
Well, my obvious answer is, why did he go? Because he's nothing like Eric Sade. Is it curious that I would try to mention Eric Sade every show? Anyway, I did like it, but, you know, it wasn't the best. Okay, but yeah, then the other one, Lucas Bun. Like, in my head, I was thinking, where is your bun? Like, it's probably his last name, but I was like, where is your bun? I want to see your bun if your name is Lucas Bun. But anyway, I also like the rain falling down circle-y thing, but I was too distracted by that to focusing on the song. But yeah. Then the Mel Omana, I'm a queen. Sorry, if your title is I'm a queen, then I find it tacky. Says someone who has a crown tattoo on the wrist. But anyway, the act also was a bit tacky in my opinion. Definitely, if your title is I'm a queen. But anyway, and the other one, yeah, let's talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, they were good, but not great.
Okay, thank you, Alina. Brendan, that's come across to you. As I said, very mixture of these 4 songs. And like I said, Mellow Mama, I think, said she was definitely the most interesting of the 8. I think it is fair to say as well. She finished 4th. Do you think that was fair to say? The top 4 was quite a distance away from the others. But what did you think of her, and what did you think of just these final 3 again, which sadly didn't quite get over the line to Basel?
Well, I don't think Melomana was very good. I felt it was very shouty. It was very out there. I wrote just no for me. The amazing dress change at the start was so clever, but then everything after that was WTF. It didn't work for me at all. It just didn't sit well, and she's no queen. Sorry, the only queen is the Queen of Kings, Alexandra. Alessandra, sorry. Jakey Bello, strong beat, very club. I could see it being in Euro Club, but I didn't feel he had any charisma. I felt he was just a robot, just going through what he was meant to do. There was no personality in it for me, so no. Lucas Bunn, I do like a good ballad, especially a Spanish ballad. I kind of got a bit of David Bisbal's vibes, so it was all very good for me. It drew me in, but at times it did get a little bit boring, unfortunately. And yeah, for obvious reasons, I won't mention the last one.
No, we shall save that for the end. Phil, Michelle. No, Michelle, as you know, we like an attractive man, and the dancer said sparkles on, so points from us.
Yeah.
Should it have been Jacobello? Because I know I keep coming back to this, but it said the jury did put him as the best of the evening, and it was an international jury. So, did the jury get it right, in your opinion?
No. No. Do you know what? They didn't. I appreciate everything about him and what was going on. It was lovely, but it just was lacking something, I think. And it was just like another dancey sort of track that it was just missing that je ne sais quoi, as they don't say in Spain.
Yeah, I wasn't keen on the tune, and as well, by that time it was like the 6th sort of dance song.
Yeah, we were all sort of danced out by then, weren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. But Lucas Bunn surprised me, and I don't know if it's because we had so many upbeat, dancey songs, but I just thought it was a lovely, sweet ballad, and he sang it beautifully, and it stood out vocally as well. But when was the last time you saw a man with the wind machine? It's brilliant, and his lovely hair was all wafting away. I thought that was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big ballad fan, but to be honest, it was a refreshing change.
Yeah, we were screaming for a ballad, weren't we?
Yeah, it was a refreshing change. For me, at least, yeah. As Melomana, for me, I thought that, by that stage we'd had so many female bangers, and
I love
it
the
was just another
dress
one.
reveal.
Yeah,
That was good.
Yeah,
But that was about it then. I found that it sounded like it was like 3 songs sort of stuck together, and at times it was quite jarring. And I think they go sort of style over substance sometimes, of they concentrate too much on the dances and choreography and everything else that's going on, and not necessarily the actual core of the song, which I know it's Eurovision, but we still would like a bit of a song, you know. It's we're not just there for, well, I am actually just there for the pretty men, to be fair, but it'd be nice if you had a nice song to go along with it as well.
Nah, we're fickle. I don't care. Actually, no, I do. Mick, let's go on to you. So 3 very different songs stylistically. So you've got the dance track, Lucas Bunn's very heartfelt ballad, and then Mellow Mama's kind of like half percussion flamenco thing. I still can't put it in a category, to be honest. What did you think of these 3? Because I said there were 3 very different styles, one after another. So it was quite an interesting mix of a running order.
Now, oh no, we're late. Oh, Mick's gone. He's dead to us.
No. Am I here? Am I back?
You're back. Quick, go.
Yeah, I'm back. Okay, good. Melanoma, as I called her. Awful childish voice singing and really distracting. So I'm afraid I just dismissed that. What attracted me to J.K. Bello being dark, Spanish and handsome? Who cares about the song? He had muscles, but I like the song. I thought he sang it better in the semi-final. In the final, it seemed to have gone off the boil a little bit. So I was a little bit disappointed. But, Mr. Bunn, the baker, give me a ballad in a foreign language. I'm as moist as a lemon drizzle cake.
Thank you, Mick, for that interesting feedback and the honesty. I appreciate the honesty. So, do you dare know how to follow up that? Because, I haven't even got a link for you.
There's a reason, Elliot, why moist is one of the least favourite words in the English language. I'm just throwing it out there. Now, let's think about this. I'm a Queen. I mean, this song title promised so much. If you based it just on a song title, you'd be like, this has potential. That was very quickly evaporated when we saw the song. Lots of choreo, loved the choreo, but then quite frankly, everyone was choreo. That was the entire thing. So it very quickly didn't really succeed with me. Jacobello, VIP. What can I say? They'll be playing this in Euroclub. They'll be playing this at Eurobash. They'll be playing this in Eurofest. I mean, this absolutely top class banger. I can see why it got to where it did in the jury vote, and I thought that it worked really well, and I thought he sold the song well. We could argue about the personality, but I'm going to slightly disagree with that. I don't think it was the personality that let him down. I don't even think it was the staging that let him down. In actual fact, I think it was the camera work that let him down. I thought the camera work on that song didn't live up to what it could have looked like if they'd have been a bit more creative with it. Lucas Bunn, I agree totally with Phil and Michelle. The one thing I think the Spanish have not managed with Benidormfest in their final this year is variety, because quite frankly, they have all been very high energy dance bangers throughout the whole thing. And this was screaming out for variety. And to be fair, I find it really, really disappointing that Lucas Bunn got 38 on the jury and 32 in the public vote, because in actual fact, I think for sheer variety alone, I think this song stood out a country mile. And I thought there was a lot to like about that. And I thought it was, I mean, obviously, I didn't really have a clue what the lyrics meant, really. But at the same time, if we're going for song vibes, I really, really, really enjoyed this one. And as for song 8, well, wait. Poet didn't even know it.
Boo. And with that, I will just say my favourite was Jacob Bello, even from the songs when they came out last month. It had a bit of a pulse to it, and I will agree. I think that has been a flaw in Benidormfest the last 2 years since this person's been rehired, that the quality has dropped somewhat, and I think these 16 weren't a strong 16, to be honest. I think when we look back, let's say when Chanel competed and Anchigueras and all that, and Agane, it was a lot more compelling, it was a lot more competitive, where the last 2 years it's been a bit like, we'll see what they pick. And then we'll get onto that now, because they have picked. They have gone with Melody, with Esa Diva, which translates to that diva, and she certainly was last night. Let's have a look at the moment that she won and got the ticket to represent her nation in Basel.
70 puntos a Melody. La máxima puntuación, J. Cabello.
¡A J. Cabello! ¡Melody!
Meses de trabajo durísimos, pero todo el esfuerzo ha tenido su recompensa.
¿Cómo estás, Melody?
Estoy súper emocionadísima. Gracias.
La representante de España en Eurovisión, Melody.
Desde que era bien pequeña, antes de saber andar, fui del mundo la rumbera. Para mí era tan normal.
Una diva valiente, poderosa, su vida es un jardín lleno de espinas y rosas. Es lo que vale algo, corre más fuerte que un huracán. Ya verás, esa diva soy yo.
I'm not sure how that won, to be fair. I found that quite tame and understated, especially for Spain. No, so that is Melody. She is off to Eurovision 16 years after she tried in 2009 and painfully lost to Soraya on a jury televote tiebreak where they tied, but they sided with the jury vote, and Soraya went instead of Melody. But she's back. She is going. Let's start with Tom. Tom, as we said, big camp Spanish diva bop. It's kind of what Spain do now. But my main question is, why does she start looking like Shania Twain with the hat and the big gown, and then she takes it off and looks like Nadine Coyle just in a nude bodysuit? You know, very interesting outfit reveal, I think it is safe to say. But what are your thoughts on the song on a whole?
I think this has got some quite good summer vibes to it. I can see it actually, hitting certain notes in May. To be fair, it's quite anthemic as well. I think it's got that kind of anthemic kind of beat kind of running through it, which I quite like. I think, was it the right winner? I'm not entirely sure. I do like the song, and don't get me wrong on this. But, and this is just a personal point, it's almost like Spain got third place with Chanel 2 years ago, and they are trying to now repeat it over and over and over again. And yes, this is going to fill the dance floor, and yes, this is probably going to be a Euro Club hit and things like that. It might even do well with some elements of the jury, but Eurovision works best when countries are original and reinvent themselves and send things different. people that send the same things over and over again, and I mean, too similar. And I'm thinking some criticism could be leveled at other countries, but that originality, they're not getting that originality through, and they lose points from me for that. So yeah, great song. It's going to be a nice summer banger. I think it could do very well. But come on, Spain. We could have had something more original than that. There you go.
Phil, Michelle, do you agree with that sentiment? They said it came third in the jury, but it won the televote. Now, obviously, their placings are set points, so we don't know how much of a margin Melody won by. We just know that she won and she's now going. But is that the issue, that this is a big, happy, summery bop, but when it gets to the competitive element, it is going to fall a bit short come May?
Yeah, the Spanish love a lady doing a dance banger, and they just want to sort of stick with it. And we all know you can't trust the public.
No. We certainly can't trust the British public.
No, we're absolute arseholes.
But yeah, I mean, of the bangers of the night, for me, I would say it was probably the best one. I sort of like the intro with a bit of Spanish guitar and castanets. But to be honest, I was put off by her outfit. I think it was just a bit too much. She started off looking quite classy, I thought, with the hat and everything.
It was really Spanish and really sort of really classy and nice. And then when they just ripped it off her, it just sort of sucked the class out of the staging at that point.
But as you say, it was it's good, solid Spanish dance banger, but I don't think it's anything we haven't heard before.
It's
nothing,
that's a shame. Yeah, it's nothing new. And also, when she took her hair out and gave it a right good scratch, I know exactly how she feels. When you take a bobble out, there's nothing. Elaine knows, there's nothing better than giving your head a real good scratch. So that was a good bit. And that made it more personable to me, because you can do that. But they just sucked all the class out of it. And it should have just left her looking Spanish instead of going, oh no, new bodysuit again. Come on.
Yeah, maybe they'll change it up a bit when they actually go to Eurovision, but
no, they won't.
Probably not.
Thank you, Phil and Michelle. Now, Brendan, I'm going to come to you now. In her opening VT, she actually did say, and I've been told by my friend who's watching this who understands Spanish, that she did say if she got selected, she would change elements to make it a more international experience. What on earth do you think she means by that? Do you think we're getting an English chorus? Do you think she's going to get rid of the new bodysuit? I hope she does. What do you think she could change to make this work better outside of a Spanish audience in May?
She can wish you can change whatever she wants, but the Spanish delegation ain't going to allow her to change any of it. It's a Spanish bop, and it'll stay that way. It's repetitive. As everyone has said, it's not original. It's exactly the same thing year after year after year now, and it's a shame because Spain usually have a good ballad. I miss the old Spanish ballads. It'll do well. I think it'll be mid-table at best, but hopefully maybe they'll learn the lesson at some point.
Okay. Lena, let's come to you now. Obviously, you've selected your song. You now know, hopefully, what you'll be against in the final.
Mm-hmm.
Is Melody someone you're going to be keeping your eyes on against Red Sebastian on the scoreboard?
No. I think they're two different leads of their own. Melody is, as we know it now, I have a love-hate relationship with the song. If I don't see the song, I like it. When I see the song, I'm like, ooh, no, not for me. I find it a bit tacky. Definitely that hair helicopter thing. Like, what is the meaning of that? Okay, you are becoming an internet meme. You're getting so much fame just because of that one dance move, but it's for the wrong reason. Like, what is going on? Like, I don't know. It feels like I'm watching a train wreck happen or like an accident happen. I have like this, oh no, like, I don't think this will be, I'm hard with my words, but I don't think this is competition for Belgium. Sorry.
I think Melody's seen one too many drag acts with the whole hair helicopter thing, because that's something I've seen, people in bars in Manchester do. And it's a good laugh, but I didn't expect to see it in a Eurovision national final. And I did laugh a bit when I saw that. I was like, what is she doing? Like, she has just been told to fill time, and that's what her brain has gone right now. Bless her heart. Mick, let's come to you. You said you love the traditional Spanish, but also, as we know, people love a Spanish bop, and this will do the rounds on social media. However, is that going to translate? Is this going to be like a Chanel and she's going to get third, or is this going to be, say, like your other Spanish bops, like Soraya, like Beret, and it's just going to languish near the bottom? Because there's no middle ground for a song like this.
Certainly not. No, the performance, basically, she ticked the Eurovision bingo card. I mean, she threw everything into it apart from the kitchen sink. From the Game of Thrones backdrop, what was that doing there? The trapeze. I like Phil and Michelle. I think she should stay in something classy and Spanish for the song. Yeah, have a costume reveal. Oh my lord, a costume reveal. But I think, yeah, it'll do well on the dance floors. I think some of the juries will go for it, but like everybody sort of said, I mean, I like a good banger, but now Spain, it's like that furrow is getting very deep, and I think they basically need to turn around and come back out again. Send in a Spanish ballad, like Mr. Bun would have been so different and so unexpected. I think that would have done better. This is just Spain by numbers. We loved it, and it got a big cheer in the crowd when we were watching it, and it was our favourite. But it's just, yeah, it's either going to do well like Chanel, or as you say, it's just going to end up mid-table somewhere. Obviously, we don't know what else she's going to be up against, but I'm thinking everybody will be thinking, oh, it's Spain again, and not vote for it, unfortunately.
Thank you, Mick. So yeah, I don't mind this song. It was in my top 4 when I heard all 16, but I think that's more of a how strong the selection was. The fact that this I thought was one of the best ones, and I think it was just because it was a catchy beat. It was fun. Like I said, but when I watched it, the outfit reveal wasn't needed. It borderline tasteful. Like if it was a bodysuit, that's fine, but why does it have to be skin colored? Like we don't need a flesh colored bodysuit. We just don't need it. Yeah, it's fine. I do think she's doing a bit too much with all the flips and the tricks and everything. There are other things you can do. And I do think, yeah, I don't think this is the right choice, but I don't have a say. I can only have a say on the Saturday night in May. So normally would say, will this song qualify? But obviously Spain are already in the final. So I'm going to change it a bit and say, if play devil's advocate, they were in the semi-final they were drawn into last week where they'll be voting, which is semi-final 1, would they qualify out of it? And just as a reminder, they have got Estonia, Iceland, Poland, Portugal, Slovenia, Sweden, Ukraine, Albania, Azerbaijan, Belgium, Croatia, Cyprus, the Netherlands, Norway, and San Marino. Now, a tough semi-final going on nations' names. Going around the room and jumping as and when you want, could Spain qualify out of that with Melody and Esa Diva?
No, I don't think they would if they were in semi-1. I know this sounds awful, but I think Spain and Cyprus would cancel each other out.
Yeah.
I think that'd be the issue. Yeah, unfortunately.
It's just not original enough for me. I'm sorry. And I know we're going to upset lots of Spanish people saying this, but
we do every year.
Yeah. I actually liked Nebulosa last year, and I thought it was a better song than this. So I'm sorry. Not a fan. It's just not. There's nothing really wrong with it. It's just not original enough.
So I think it'd scrape through. I think it'd scrape through on Diaspora, because I think there are a lot of Spanish people across Europe that would pick up the phone and vote for it. Whereas, and no disrespect to Cyprus, there just ain't enough of them. and I think it would scrape through just on the basis of the amount of Spanish people that are in different countries. I was going to say the UK, but of course the UK are voting in semi-final too. But I still think it would make it through. Now, what it does in the final, on the other hand, I think is a different story, because I don't think there's enough there for them to be impacted. There's too many more people that actually vote for there to be an impact. But just my 2p.
Okay. Anyone else think it will qualify, not qualify if it had to? Obviously, Spain are lucky they didn't have to. Yes, Alina?
Yeah, I'm just thinking that if they play this out well with the hair helicopter thing, and I mean, with playing it out well, I mean, we see it everywhere on every social media thing. She can become the joke of the year, with all respect, no disrespect. And when it's then May, people can vote for her because they're like, oh yeah, haha, it's that girl from the hair helicopter thing. Oh yeah, that was funny. Haha, I'm gonna vote for her, you know? Like, I can see my nephews voting for her just because they had a good laugh. And they don't even like Eurovision, but they will vote for her because, haha, it's that hair helicopter thing, you know? So I can see this qualify if they play it out well, but I just don't, and I hope they change so much.
Thank you. And so just to round this out now, obviously they're in the final. They will be there. Where can we see Melody finishing? And I'll give you a bit of time to think, because I'm going to start it. And as soon as this got announced as the winner, I just went bottom 5. You have backed yourself into a corner, which doesn't work. This is, say, your old-fashioned Euro trash banger, which, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, would have done great. But in the contest now, with the jury there, don't see it doing anything. I could see this opening the final, to be honest. I do think that's a possibility, but I don't realistically see where the votes are going to come when it gets to the competitor side. So I can see this being like 23rd in the jury, 20th, maybe 19th in the televote, and rounding out to about 21st. And I know Spanish fans are going to be there with their pitchforks, so they're going to sing this as a top 10 until the votes come in. But I just don't see it for Melody. Like, if Blanca Paloma struggled with a much classier and stronger song 2 years ago, I don't see how this is going to cut through at all. Phil, Michelle, let's come to you first. Where do you see this finishing roughly?
Oh no, this is awful, because it's the beginning of Eurovision season. But I agree with you.
Yeah, I think I don't know if I'd go as far as bottom 5, but I think mid-table, maybe lower mid-table.
It all depends how many other female dance bangers there are that are going to Eurovision, because you always get a few. So it just, depends what they're up against. But I think it is definitely second half of the table, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Lower second half of the table, without a doubt.
Sorry.
It's unfortunate.
Thank you, Phil and Michelle. Mick, where do you see Esadiva finishing come May?
Well, I want it to do so well, and I think obviously with a televote it will qualify, or if it was in the semi-final it would have qualified. I think just it's one of those things, isn't it? You just never know. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say, for some strange reason, I think this year it's going to be really very in the songs, and this might be one of the only bangs there, and it'll go just creep outside the top 10.
Okay, Mick's putting in saying just outside the top 10. Brendan, do you share the same faith as Mick, or do you agree with me and Phil and Michelle like, not so much?
I have a feeling it's going to be one of those years. I think it will surprise us. I think it may scrape top 10. I don't agree, but I think it will.
Okay,
Alina, where do you think this will end up?
I really don't know. But I do agree with Phil and Michelle. Second half of the scoreboard, and maybe in the last 10 places, because I don't see. I really don't know. I don't know.
And so on rounds out, we're a bit split on this panel. So which camp are you like sticking your bastard? Remember, these could be clipped and used against you. I know we're only in February, but we still can.
It's all right, because I've already thought of this one, smart ass. So I've decided that if it performs in the first half of the show, I'm predicting an Ollie Alexander-esque result of just above 20th, so around 18th place. If it performs in the second half of the show, I reckon it'll come just underneath the top 10. So there. No.
I can still clip that up to make you look bad.
If you can get a hold of the audio after I've edited it, yeah.
I download it straight from YouTube, so it's fine.
Damn. Oh well, never mind.
She's got you there, so I'm sorry. This is a problem. We've let her have too much power. She's got smart. She's figured everything out.
No.
But I think that is the best place to leave it for this evening. Say some of this team lesson I've been going for nearly 3 hours. I commend and applaud you all. But that is Spain. That is Benidormfest. A good show all around, and it's come out with a winner, Melody. He's fulfilled her dream, and that is always love to see people who have tried before finally getting to go. But be prepared. We are back next week. We have got a lot going on. So off the top of my head, I know we have got Ireland after Eurosong completes.
Straight after.
Straight after. So Friday night, as soon as it finishes, hop on. We will be talking about it. Don't know what state we'll be in sober-wise, but that's half the fun. We have then also got Melfest coming back, Heat 2. I know there's a final in Latvia. Michelle, are we doing a show in Latvia? I'm not. We are. Are we? Where's your notebook? Because I don't know.
I've got it. It's here.
I didn't have time to prepare for this. I thought I did.
So we have next Sunday. We're on, aren't we already? Next Sunday we have Latvia/Malta at 6 p.m. We have Finland at 7 p.m. UK, 8 p.m. Central European time, and we have Ukraine 8 p.m. UK, 9 p.m. Central European time.
So all in all, over the next weekend, we have got 5 shows coming for you. We're insane. I know we are, but we love it all the same. And as we're here, we hope you'll be as well.
Can I just quickly say thanks very much to Sean, because he's been cutting up the clips and doing all the graphics for all these shows. And, you know, as you can understand, it's been a crazy week this week. It's going to be another crazy week next week.
This is a Sean T-shirt. If you'd like a Fact Hunt T-shirt.
Be careful how you say that.
See Sean.
Yes. Check out his Redbubble shop.
Vision Tees.
Vision Tees, that's the one, yes.
There we go.
Vision Tees on Redbubble.
That's enough.
We also decreased this week as well, so it's been a very busy week for us. It's only going to continue. So, Sean, I'm sorry you've got even more work for the next week. I do apologise somewhat, but hey ho, this is what you signed up for. You didn't reach your contract. But it's time to say goodbye to my lovely panel. I'll say a big thank you to Alina. Thank you so much. You can now go rest from the excitement of this weekend and your, Red Sebastian being selected as well.
Thanks for having me, and I finally can go to bed now.
Thank you to Brendan. Thank you as always.
Thank you for having me. It's been brilliant.
And it's always a pleasure having it. A big thank you to Phil and Michelle. You can now go find more wine. That's hidden somewhere, I'm sure.
Well, no. It's a triple header. This is a gin night.
Yeah. Thanks very much. Thanks everyone for watching.
And we'll see you 20 times next week.
Well, careful. The week after this is San Remo week, so you better get a stockpile on.
Oh, God, no.
Big thank you to Vic. Just going to take that. And a big
thank you, everybody. Hopefully see everyone in Belgium in 2026.
There we go. I mean, I will be there as well, hopefully as well. You know, I know Alina says they don't want to win, but it could happen. And a big thank you to Tom, my person in charge of the buttons for me, so I can be doing all this with my jazz hands. Look, no hands. Thank you, Tom.
No problem, Elliot. No problem at all. Fantastic show. What a 3 hours. And don't forget, if you've missed any of it at all, find it on YouTube. It's there.
Yeah, and leave us a comment there and give us a like and everything, because we do it for you guys. We are just a group of people having a laugh talking about Eurovision, and we love the fact that some of you still keep coming back. And the more you do, the more we'll do it, because it is just a lot of fun. But we are done. We're all going to scatter and sleep, I think. So it's a lot of love from us all. I wish you see you all next week, next Friday, where it all begins again. Bye-bye for now.